Alright, let's head upstairs. I think we've seen everything we can down here. We better check in with Miller. I suppose we should go and plant this listening device first.
Adam, you're here. You made it in. It's good to see you're okay.
Hey, how are you? Yeah, it was a close call. I got lucky. A lot of people didn't.
I was here working when the first reports came in. It was chaos. Phones ringing off the hook, people yelling, scrambling to find out what was going on. Then when Miller told me you were there,
I'm alright.
Good. You looking for him? Because he's tied up right now and meeting with Leon, I think.
Really? He's using the NSN right now?
Yeah, I just saw him. Oh, hey, that reminds me, here's yours.
What's this?
The card for the shooting range. Chang changed all the codes this morning, said something about only giving access to people he's vetted personally. The bombing really freaked him out. Third one in 6 months, can you believe it? I'm really glad you're okay.
Thanks, Arya. I'll let you get back to what you were doing.
Yeah, I better get back downstairs. It's gonna be a busy day. Come by later if you want to talk.
Copy that.
Aha! Yeah, so she's in charge of the weapons. Just need to quickly alt-tab for a second. Okay, great, yeah, just checking I was recording there. Right, so what story item did we get here? Yeah, keycard for the shooting range, great. What is this, like a shooting tutorial, something like that? Arya seemed like she cared for us. She cares about what's going on, that's nice to know. She seems alright. Cybercrime, Peter Chang, aha, Pritchard. Guess that's him there.
Jensen, we need to talk.
I'd rather
Sure.
not say what this reminds me of.
My God, Jensen, I heard about the explosion. We should relocate. I was thinking we could corner Director Miller together. Tell him it's not safe enough here.
We're fine, Chang.
The police station, the train station, we're next. I can feel it. I can more than feel it. I can see it happening.
No one knows where we are. There's no reason to get paranoid.
That's where you're wrong. They're trying to pull the lid off of us, Jensen, or someone is. Praha Dovos just got hacked.
Our building's front company. Thought it was fake.
I wish it was fake. Miller's got me cleaning up in telecam footage from the attack
It's
to
a-
help figure out who these people are. Meanwhile, maybe they're trying to figure out who we are? Why else poke into an import company?
You think someone's figured out that the company's a front? Maybe they know what's really down here.
We have a lot of enemies. The people who bombed the train station. You don't think they'd love to know where we are? You need to help me figure out who's looking into us and make them stop.
Guy's paranoid.
I'm gonna need more information about this snoop of yours.
I don't know for sure that our cover's been blown, but if it has, we need to know before our enemies have a chance to do something about it.
Okay.
You got an MO on this hacker?
At first I thought it might be the Collective.
But you're not convinced.
Not Janus's style to leave crumbs this big. But whoever it is, they risk exposing us. If the Collective ever found out where we operate, my God, Jensen.
Maybe Janus knows already.
Hey, don't say shit like that. I get nervous enough as it is.
He seems a bit too jumpy to be a professional working in a place like this. I get it's some kind of, I get if he's some kind of IT security expert, it's healthy for him to have, it's healthy for him to have a certain amount of paranoia, but he doesn't seem like he has it under control. He seems like he's jumping at everything.
You really think there's a risk here? Maybe someone's just poking around the fake website of a fake company.
If someone points a gun at me, I assume it's loaded. If someone hacks into the website of the company that serves as our cover, I assume they're doing it for a bad reason.
Such as?
Everything depends on who they are and what they know. But we're in the business of dealing with terrorists. If those terrorists find out where we are...
TF-29 likes its privacy.
Sure. More importantly, Chang likes being in one piece. Unlike you, I don't just brush off explosions.
Okay.
What can you tell me about our front company?
Prahadovos was designed to be forgettable. The kind of place you walk by 100 times and still can't remember.
It obviously caught someone's attention. What happens if we're compromised?
My guess, we dismantle and disappear. Agents go into hiding, director burrows into some hole, poof, no Christmas party.
Oh, no Christmas party.
I need you to find out as much as you can about our Snoop. Make sure we're not in danger.
Alright.
Alright, you have any leads?
I traced our hacker Snoop to an unrented apartment. Top floor, 33 Hill Avenue.
Ooh.
Just down the street. This guy walks by us every single day. Probably walks in.
You're kidding.
See? You feel it now. The constant buried alive feeling. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought we were supposed to be suspicious of things that go on outside these walls.
It's never that simple.
Just get into that apartment, access the computer they used, and find out what you can. And be careful, Jensen. We don't know who we're dealing with.
I'll look into it. As soon as I know something, so will you.
We've already been in that place. We've already been in there. Top floor apartment, 33 Havani. We've already been in there. Why would anything have changed now?
Likely eyewitnesses were smashed in the explosion.
Yeah, look, he reads Sam as that. Of course he does. I suppose he reads both papers. You just try to keep it informed, I suppose.
DNA checks through all the alphabet agencies. Nothing.
No, that's not consistent with the train station cameras.
Okay.
Last night, the collective published the tax returns of the 50 richest people in Switzerland. It made for some very interesting reading.
Cute. But they're never going to be.
Benjamin Scott. Look at this, we're in IT security, hacking into people's computers.
I'd rather not say what this reminds me of.
You think
Comparing notes. If we don't learn the way these people
You think someone would,
them down.
Anomaly detected.
you know, tell us, Jensen.
Program initiated.
Jensen, stop, you can't just hack into people's computers at work.
Move. They don't want to be caught in the dragnet.
Ben, I finally managed to get that search warrant you wanted for the internet cafe. Don't tell anybody your suspicions that Janus contacts the local operative there. They won't accept that because in their minds that makes it a local issue and therefore their jurisdiction, not ours. Got the warrant by pretending the suspected contact is connected to ARC and knew about the bombing. I'll let you know when the warrant arrives. Don't do anything until then, Debbie. Ben, I know Miller wants you on the bombing, but please, under the radar, continue keeping tabs on Janus. We have a lot of people on Ruzica and we need to get this guy before he gets us. Janus, okay. Aria. Shooting competition. The third quarterly TF29 shooting competition is almost upon us. Remember, our firing range is always open, featuring any firearm in the TF29 arsenal with unlimited ammunition. Have you practiced enough? I like Aria. She seems like a fun person to work with.
I've run DNA checks through all the alphabet.
Brian Rourke.
Get maximum spread.
Hey, Agent Jensen. Nice work in Dubai. But still, you know what I want to know is who those ogged up guys in the gold masks were. I'll be compiling all the case files, and as soon as I know anything, it'll be up on the board.
Look at this. Church of the Machine God.
I just wish someone
Here
would
we
never
go. The
take
Church
the
of the Machine God, and to some, the Church of the Machine,
Most likely
without the God.
eyewitnesses were smashed.
And then again, to others, the Singularity Church of the Machine God. This group has so many names and subgroups, it's hard to keep track. And believe it or not, they've been around in one form or another since the early 1970s.
You'd think
There
one of
are
them
a
would
lot of
pop up
contradictory
on the
reports
list.
on who they are and what they want, but in general, they all want the same thing. They want to merge their consciousnesses and become one with the machine god through a ritual they call
Been scrubbing through
ascension.
garbage for hours. Still nothing.
These guys might as well be.
Okay.
Ah, what to say about the Juggernaut Collective that isn't speculation. A bunch of their members were running operations out of Montreal in 27, resurfacing for a while in 28. You heard of the Rifleman Bank Station?
No.
Bell Tower?
No.
Anyway, the Collective is a group of hacker activists, or hacktivists. Oh my god, I hate that word. Dedicated to the cause of freedom. At least that's what they say, or what their actions appear to say. They fight corruption by exposing hypocrisy and protecting the unprotected. No one knows the real power structure inside of the Collective, but there is one name that echoes over the darknet. And that
Janus.
name that echoes even louder than Hex. And you can talk to Peter Chang if you don't believe me. That name is Janus. And
love to
some
get a
say
look at the
Janus
boss fight
runs
myself, but no
everything,
dice.
while others think there is no
Janus.
Janus.
Whoever did this bothered to stick around.
The New Sons of Freedom, or NSF, is a small group of militant constitutionalists
NSF.
operating in the continental United States, particularly in the Pacific Northwest. The group was formed as a reaction to the American government's increasingly authoritarian regime. NSF is committed to fighting the influence and control of a group of unknown people they believe to be the Illuminati with strategic guerrilla warfare strikes. They are suspected of having ties with Janus and the Juggernaut Collective.
I'm sure the NSF will amount to nothing.
Is it or is it not a probable target?
Samizdat is an underground news outlet that likes to think of itself as the real news. They are anti-establishment and anti-almost everything else, including business addresses, so we like to keep our eyes and ears open for any mention of them.
This is so weird.
Dr. Talos Rucker, former limb clinic doctor and current leader of the Augmented Rights Coalition. Rucker has chosen to leave his native Germany and to live in the Utelek complex near Prague as a protest to draw attention to the upcoming Human Restoration Act vote. Rucker is a pacifist and believes that what is happening in Prague is what will happen all over the world if the Restoration Act becomes law.
This is all basically stuff we already know.
You've heard of these guys. ARC, or the Augmented Rights Coalition? They're a human rights group who, on the surface at least, is trying to provide equal rights for augmented people. It was started by Dr. Talos Rucker soon after the Aug Incident, when Rucker started to speak out against the anti-Aug legislation that was being passed by several local governments. If you ask me, it's not working. Things seem to be getting worse. ARC preaches non-violence, but a string of terror attacks has put them on the terror watch list. So I'll let you be the judge.
You'd think one of them would pop up on some list.
Yeah, this is just like a little you know, in case you weren't paying attention.
Someone would nut up and take the blame.
The Church of the Machine God has a leader, but all we know about her at this point is that she's a woman, and they call her Mother. That's creepy, right? I think that's really creepy.
I've run DNA checks.
There's a rumor that the Church of the Machine God is building a machine that will help bring forth the singularity. Sure, I guess that's a possibility. I'm just not sure what they would plug that machine into.
That's not consistent with the train
These
station.
guys might as well be ghosts.
Janus. I mean, what can you say about him? Or her. Nobody really knows who or what Janus is. But what many believe is that Janus is running the most dangerous hacking group in the world, attacking corrupt politicians and businesses on a global scale. The corporate world is terrified of Janus.
Can't ask about the editor of Samizdat.
You know as much as I do about these guys. They're augmented, well-trained, and very dangerous. And they seem to be massing weapons and augs for some sort of attack. We don't know what yet.
What is all this here?
I've run DNA checks.
What is all this? Yeah, Diwali crime family.
The explosives were designed to get
Here we
maximum
go.
spread.
The Diwali crime family. As you may already know, they're one of the largest crime syndicates in Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
But they do business almost everywhere, from Northern Europe all the way to the Middle East. After their humble beginnings in a coastal town in Georgia, the Diwali quickly moved from gambling to more lucrative criminal enterprises.
I'd
until
love
they
to get a
found their
look at the bond
specialty,
site myself,
smuggling,
but no
which
dice,
includes
not our
human
show.
trafficking too. The Diwali can get anything to anywhere. It's as if borders just don't exist to them. But their rapid expansion came at the cost of their Georgian purity.
Yeah.
When they started incorporating an ever-increasing number of Russians into the group. If you ask me, I think a major power struggle is coming within the Diwali. One of the old versus the new.
Yeah.
The past versus the future.
Well, we already knew that.
The classic Diwali structure has two spies, or pakhans, working for the lieutenant who report directly to the boss, to make sure he stays the boss. Those guys are
I don't
pretty
even know
violent.
where to start with theorizing percentages.
Ah, the Diwali called this guy Constantine. Like that's supposed to be intimidating, right?
I've run DNA
We don't have a last name for Constantine, but until his death in the Rizika bombing, he was a high-placed member of the Diwali crime family, answering to Otar Batkavelli. We suspect he has lots of connections in the upper echelons of the organization, all the way up to Radic Nikoladze and beyond. Between you and me, I suspect that he's a Khan, a spy that watches a Diwali lieutenant closely to make sure he doesn't make a move on the boss.
You'd think one of them would pop
Okay.
up on some list somewhere.
Ah, the elusive
Composition can tell us a lot, but it's the trigger
This
that
guy's a
makes
piece of work, driven and ruthless. When he came up, he was the youngest boss in the Diwali crime family. The man spends more money on suits than most people spend on their houses. But don't let the looks and the haute couture fool you. He's the boss, he's in control, and he's squashed more than a few people who've tried to take him down along
What
the
I
way.
hear?
Yeah, did we not already knock him out already? We gave him the old whap and click.
I've been scrubbing through garbage for hours.
You know, I thought Otar was gonna go all the way. I think he had potential. But now he's just another casualty. It's too bad, in a way.
You'd think
you know?
one of them would
There
pop
aren't
on
enough of these
DNA lists
classic
for all the
gangsters around anymore.
Negative.
People
I'm
have
saying it was
respect
faulty
for
wiring.
tradition. even if it is criminal tradition.
They don't want to be caught.
Come and stand over here, mate. I don't want to keep walking over to you. You come and stand here.
This is so weird.
Otar's right-hand man is this guy, Vano. Not the sharpest tool in the shed, if you know what I mean, but he's strong and loyal, something Otar values greatly.
I'd rather not.
Not the sharpest tool in the shed, if you know what I mean. I ain't stupid. I know what sharpest tool in the shed means.
Purity First is an anti-Aug group dedicated to keeping humans human,
Composition
all
could
pure,
tell us a
no
lot, but it's the
augmentations.
trigger that really
In their
makes us
obsessive
talk.
pursuit of this goal, they have taken extreme measures and are suspected of being responsible for multiple acts of breaking and entering, vandalism, and theft.
Yeah,
On
kidnapping.
occasion, they've even become violent, being implicated in several assaults and murders as they push for their goal of human purity.
Yeah, we've met
They've been
them.
quiet since the incident.
Preemptive action would be great if we knew where to start.
This guy is the face of the Jinn and a charismatic force of nature. They call him the Bull of the North and the Heart of the Jinn. Real name Salar, works in conjunction with his cold and calculating brother Wasim, who saved his life during the Aug Incident. He is proudly augmented and parades his Augs around wherever and whenever he likes. The hatred of Augs from groups around the world has only emboldened him and his organization.
The Jinn, okay. Yeah, let's find out more about the Jinn. I don't think we've met anything to do with the Jinn.
I would have thought you'd had your fill of these guys since Dubai, Jensen. The Jinn, a group of
Oh,
Sinavris
okay.
Salar and Wasim Alam.
Those guys.
Their exact base of operations is unknown, but it's most likely in Muscat, Oman. The brothers Alam have been in operation since 2020 and have greatly expanded their operations since then, recruiting mercenaries, ex-military, nationalistic agitators, and other colorful criminal agitators from Afghanistan, Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, and the surrounding region. They deal in drugs, weapons, medical implants, Augs, and they occasionally throw in some human trafficking.
The Jinn were who we were investigating in the first mission, right?
Our arms dealer Shepard, aka John Trent, is a former Special Forces commander and ex-Bell Tower operative. And as is typical for those ex-Bell Tower employees, he's been selling off old Bell Tower tech and weapons. But we don't need to worry about him anymore. He was killed by those gold mask guys in Dubai.
These guys might as well be ghosts.
Ah, Wasim Alam, the head of the Jinn, former limb clinic doctor and surgeon before he turned to more profitable enterprises. He brings the same cold and calculated approach he brought to saving lives to running his business with his brother, Salar.
You think one of them would pop up?
Okay.
Ah, Agent Singh, great poker player. I still owe him 100 credits. So I hope his incursion with the Jinn lasts another few months. You know, maybe he'll forget I owe him the money.
Were designed to get maximum spread.
That's our agent we had in there, okay. Alright, I think that's everything. Nice to know. Yeah, thank you, Brian.
They don't want to be caught in a dragnet.
Two mobsters in the morgue right now, members of the same family.
Negative.
Apparently
They're saying
shot
it was
each other.
faulty wiring.
That leads to some pretty horrifying speculation.
Two mobsters in the morgue.
My boss hasn't checked in for days. It occurs to me that he might be buried somewhere in the rubble.
It just occurs to you now. Your boss hasn't checked in for 2 days and it just occurs to you now something might have happened to him.
Preemptive action would be great if we knew where to start.
Nothing.
How's security over there? Most likely eyewitnesses were smashed in the
Selena Carter. Okay, where are we going?
This is so weird.
Gotta get that, okay.
It's been everywhere for the past week.
Should be fine.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Good.
You think one of them would pop up on some list somewhere?
From Ryan Baker. Simon intercepted a local communication. Simon McTavish, right? Talking about a strange storage locker. Talking about a storage locker being used as a drop-off. I looked into it, turns out it's right near us. Been watching it for a few days. We've already clocked several Diwali members going in and out. We should take a look when we get a clear idea on when we have a good window of opportunity. Yeah, if they've been watching it for a few days, they'll already know that I've been in it and checked it out. Hi Selena, I wanted to share the good news with you. I'm licensed again. I owe it all to my rep who negotiated the deal. I won't bore you with the official alphanumeric designations, but basically all I had to do was change the designation of my legs. And now I'm back on the duty roster. We shipped to Afghanistan in 10 days, so it looks like your favourite cousin is back to fighting the good fight. Take care, Jake. Selena, I need you to check the NSN lava wall is still at 100%. It's hard to resist a lot of attempted hacks recently, but I'm still told by some that I'm just being paranoid when I keep pushing for security procedures in this place, like I don't have enough shit to fix. You'll need a new code to get in. I changed the keypad to whatever. Give me a shout when you've completed the diagnostic. Shang. Okay.
This is so weird.
Vincent Black, he's the other lone wolf.
They just wish someone would nut up and take the blame.
He's got a trench coat, of course he does. Can't be a lone wolf unless you've got a trench coat. Is that a trench coat? Nah, it's not long enough to be a trench coat, is it? Let's turn this off. Had enough of you, Eliza, had enough. Diwali, he's after the Diwali, I guess. And we're after his safe. This is a security rating 5, so this won't be easy. Oh boy. Right, well we can get this 4 easily enough.
Anomaly detected.
We've got a long way to go.
Trace program initiated.
We're gonna miss out on that, but never mind.
Access granted.
Never mind. Silencer. Ugh, do I even need a silencer? All this shit I've got, man. Let's drop this. This already has one. Stun gun, anyway. Sell it. Right, what can we combine this with? Silenced shotgun. Yeah, no thanks. Yeah, just put on that. That'll do.
Composition could tell us a lot, but it's the trigger that really does the talking.
Okay, Vincent Black. What have you been up to? Right, where we're going. Let's just go this way. Grab the 3, and we'll grab this.
Anomaly detected.
Come on.
Trace program initiate. Access granted.
Angela Rizzo. Vince, are people in Moscow confirmed that the Diwali are shipping unlicensed Augs out the Czech Republic? We suspect the majority are leaving via unmarked trucks, but it's difficult to know for sure right now because it's definitely looking like some of the police are taking backhanders to look the other way. Worse, if someone desperate enough to deal with the devil can't pay enough or nobody will miss them, it seems the Diwali are happy to pocket what little they have and sell them to third parties for labour, sex or spare parts. The team is still compiling the full report. It's pretty nauseating. Angie. Yeah, we already knew that. We already knew that's what the Diwali were up to.
What I hear, the explosives were designed to get maximum spread.
Nothing.
Alison Walchuk. Okay. Let's grab these.
You think one of them would
Anomaly detected.
There we go.
Trace access granted.
We got nothing. Oh, nuke software, okay. From Reese Davis, quick message, I didn't want to keep you waiting, I got a ping on that Diwali cache you were tracing. Didn't go to ARC like you thought, they sent it back home to Georgia, I'll keep you posted.
Is it or is it not a probable target?
The Diwali aren't working with ARC.
This is so weird.
Right, Alison writes to Clemens Morer. I need you to keep your feelers out for someone, Joseph Shigeta. There were 4 hackers involved in last night's failed cyber attack on the Taeyong Vault in Palisade. 2 are in custody, 1 fried his brain when the attack failed. Shigeta's the last and he's in the wind. Ali, it took 3 weeks but I found him. Japanese police pulled his corpse out of Sagami Bay 2 nights ago. Fingers broken, eyes burned out, all while he was still alive. When they make an example of someone, they don't fool around. Clemens. Who made an example of him? Okay.
I don't even know where to start with theorizing percentages.
Anonymity, security. These are the greatest concerns of the digital age. And we at Palisade Hall support due to the
Half the cybercrimes division is combing the web for any hint of those mystery guys from Dubai. That's not really our area of expertise, but Miller wants these guys dead.
I think Singh's got
Duncan MacReady, the token Scot. See what he's got to say for himself.
Agent Jensen.
Oh, Singh, no way. Good to see you alive.
Agent Singh. Wasn't expecting to see you again, in civvies at least.
Just passing through. I wanted to thank your team for the backup in Dubai. That sting went to hell faster than the storm did.
You're welcome, but I don't think you came all this way to say thanks.
Director Miller asked me to get Agent MacReady up to speed. Now I have the red-eye flight back to Oman.
Headed into the field office there?
Not exactly. One of our black sites. I'll be dropped in as a captured enemy combatant. After I contact my fellow Jinn prisoners, I shall lead a very convenient escape.
Re-embedding with the Jinn. Aren't you taking a big risk, given everything that happened?
No choice. That ambush knocked everyone on their asses. TF-29, Bell Tower, the Jinn. To cover all the angles, I need to go back. Hopefully my cover is still good. You killing the signal booster at the hotel should help.
You're thinking the Jinn can get a beat on our gate crashers faster than TF-29?
Perhaps. They do not like loose ends. An augmented kill squad with military training. Have you ever seen anything like it?
Yeah, once. But it's a long story.
Okay.
Did we get anything out of the cleanup operation?
Mostly corpses. Heavily augmented, as you know. Under those gold masks, they were ID scrubbed. No prints, no dentals, no DNA match. Professional.
Could still be ex-Bell Tower. Plenty of men and material went AWOL after the incident. A competing faction that listened in on Shepard's sale.
It's a possibility. The audits and investigations of Bell Tower will go on for years before we know how many rats jumped from that ship. At least we recovered their weapons. Unlisted. High spec. Military-grade augmentation. Enough to build another couple of you. That is a joke.
Good one.
It's the world we live in. Anyone with an exemption to the weaponized augment ban is a useful tool. Or a terrorist.
Yeah. Talking about tools, that's kind of what we look like right there.
Whoever they were, they knew exactly when the deal was going down. Any chance they were based locally, in Dubai?
No. After the incident, Dubai became the world's most luxurious tombstone. Perfect for the Jinn, but for no one else.
I thought human augmentation was frowned on in the Middle East. Why was Dubai hit so hard?
Because it was another world. Two other worlds, in fact. One of extreme augmentations in gold or crystal, and one of thousands of workers outfitted for construction. Then, that day.
I know.
No, Agent Jensen, you could not. Some called it divine punishment. But that day was not the work of a merciful God.
I'll be the judge of that.
I don't envy what you've got ahead of you.
Actually, I'm looking forward to it. The truth is, when you've been under for long enough, you only feel like an imposter out here, in the real world.
Yeah, I understand the feeling.
Okay, great.
It is Jensen, yes?
Wait, we just had a conversation. Strickland Hall.
I've run DNA checks through all the alphabet agencies. Nothing.
In yet another augmented terror attack, 251 passengers aboard sister airlines.
I hate this. I really hate this.
There we go.
When an augmented
These guys might as well be ghosts.
Access granted.
Details recovered from the black box.
From Debbie Connolly. Strick. State police arrested a woman named Irina Markova trying to cross a checkpoint with fake papers. She's been in ARC for 18 months. Alexia has footage of her in the BG at one of Rooker's early conferences. Background. Cops don't want to release her to us, of course, but pulled rank. She should be here pretty soon. Director Miller's mandate with Markova is he wants to know the full extent of Art's connection to the bombing. Debbie. From Strickland Hall to Vincent Black, 2 local crooks. Last night I learned on a local ARC sympathizer, leaned on a local ARC sympathizer to see if you knew anything about the bombing. They gave me 2 names. Lasta, a Prague smuggler with some sort of connection to the Diwali. 2, an ambitious, upwardly mobile neon smuggler who goes by the name Charnabog. Have we read that before? Apparently they're having some sort of turf war. Nothing I can use, but I hope you find it helpful. Unless you have some more intel from your end, Strick. So thanks for the heads up, but I know all about Vlasta. He's in my crosshairs already, it's only a matter of time. And forget Charnabog, it's just a bullshit rumour, a dead end. Shush!
I've run DNA checks through all the alphabet agencies. Nothing.
I do not need to remind you folks that this is the 3rd
Aug is here.
all of them occurring after Dr. Tallis Tucker, leader of the Augmented Rights Coalition,
These guys might as well be
took up residence
ghosts.
in the neighboring Udalev complex.
God, my eyes want to retreat into my skull.
Oh, this is our computer.
I think one of them would pop up on some list somewhere.
Why have we chose this for a profile picture? Like,
Run DNA checks through all the alphabet.
hers just looks like a regular sort of picture. Ours look like we've really tried our hardest. We've got the best lighting and spent ages getting the pose right for it. So read this one. Right, to all staff, this is to address a recent mission in Dubai. Why is this the only computer that still has this email on it? We all know someone who died in that action. Our one consolation is that they died doing what they believed in, trying to make the world a better place. However, there's no excuse for the mission going to hell the way it did. The reasons it did are now under thorough investigation. We can all do better than this, and from now on we will for them. Further, rumours have come to my attention which question why we were in charge of the op in the first place rather than Station Muscat. These speculations are a distraction and strongly discouraged. Please remain focused on the actual task at hand. Those were our people we lost. It falls to us to avenge them. Memorial services will be forthcoming. Yeah, why were we the ones who were sent into that place? From the psychiatrist Delara. Having recently joined the team, I want to briefly introduce myself. My name is Delara Ozen, now resident psychiatrist for the Prague Bureau. In addition to providing consultancy training for psychological profiling, hostage negotiation and criminal communication, I'll also be the person responsible for staff psychological assessment and counsel. Due to the nature of our work here at Task Force 29, every agent has a high risk of exposure to emotional stress and potential trauma. Mental health is just as important as physical health, if not more. So it's important for you to have access to relevant professional support both during and after any case you might be working on. Look forward to meeting everyone individually over the following weeks for an initial consultation. So this is just email sent out to everyone. From Jennifer Phillips. Agent Jensen, I noticed you have not yet picked up the supply of Neurobazine I ordered for you this month. I also noticed the 3rd time in a row you've been late picking up your prescription. In my experience, agents like yourself are prone to testing their limits, denying themselves the crucial medicine they need due to either pride or overinflated sense of machismo, or a well-intentioned but misplaced belief that others might need it more. If none of these reasons describe you, I sincerely apologise, but I suggest you not be late again, for I'll be forced to assume you are obtaining the drug somewhere else illicitly, and will have to report you to the head office. No one knows the truth about us and the Neurobazine. Duncan MacReady, I'm still awaiting on your after-action report. We all got to file them, you know. Drag your heels much longer and I'll write it up myself. Guaranteed you won't look good in it. Okay.
So weird.
First the Dubai mission and now the train station bombing. This is a week for the record books. It is Jensen.
The transit
one of them would pop up
as hurry as you are.
I think Director Miller's making a mistake, putting all our resources into finding these Dubai newcomers.
Counter-terrorism, right, that's our department then. MacReady.
Flashbacks to the Aug Incident. That horrible day too.
Oh, look at this. Oh, of course he's got whiskey, doesn't he? Of course he's got whiskey in his office. He must do. Because he must be a drunk Scotsman, right? They all are, aren't they? Oh look, he likes climbing and cycling, just like Miller. Let's read his computer. Surely he's not going to like us reading his computer, right? I would imagine there should be more resistance to us just getting in and seeing stuff like this. Maybe it wasn't the quickest way to go, but we got it.
Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Right, from James Miller. Mac, since we don't see eye to eye on the issue of augmented field agents, I want you to know I appreciate you keeping an open mind about Argento. Who's Argento? Personally, I don't give a damn how much neurobisin costs. We both know we're wasting a good agent behind that desk. Aria. Once Dr. Ozen signs off on her, it'll be time to put her where she belongs, and expect you to be professional about this always. Right, so she's another augmented field agent. That's probably why she's kind of on our side a little bit. Ryan Baker, just to follow up on what I overheard you say in the cafe a few minutes ago. I've been watching the Diwali for a long time. I know a few things about them you won't find anywhere else. Some of the low-level guys may act like typical muscleheads, but the family has been around for generations. They know what they're doing. Don't dismiss them. They might surprise you. Yeah, except you can just walk into their casino and knock them all out. From the Dubai mission, right? We read that already. Okay, MacReady. What are you all about?
Is there something I can help you with, Agent?
I hear you're on point looking into the gold mask mercs that hit us in Dubai. Any leads yet?
Christ, I know I'm good, Jensen, but I've only been on it for 5 minutes.
A lot can happen in 5 minutes, MacReady. You checked with the ME yet? Get anything off the bodies we recovered?
Leftovers are on ice at the Oman substation. I've been told they were scrubbed clean as summer whites. No prints, no dental, no nothing.
So in other words, it's no steps forward and 2 steps back.
For now. That's why it's a good thing you disabled the Jinn's comms booster in Dubai. Singh's cover with the Jinn is still intact. I'm hoping once he's back in Basra, he can use his network to dig around. Maybe these gold masked jokers will ping locally. Probably another fucking jihad looking to make some noise.
I don't know. I'm not so sure we should be looking for these guys in the desert.
Ah, is that so? You have some new information you feel like sharing?
Come on, MacReady. These guys were augmented with military-grade hardware. Body augmentation goes against Muslim beliefs. They weren't jihadists. We're dealing with something new here.
I can see where you're going with this, Jensen, and I'm asking you right now to back off it. It's not your case.
Okay, my mistake. MacReady was not Scottish. Okay.
Come on, MacReady. We're not a couple of beat cops filling a monthly quota here. This isn't about whose collar it is. It's about getting the people responsible. Full stop.
Look, I get what you're saying, but I'm working a $5 investigation on 50 cents worth of shit.
Oh,
I've got
man.
speculation to spare, mate. Listen, I know I come off strong. I've got 3 ex-wives that'll back that up.
Jeez, man.
That's just how I'm built. Putting on a show for the new guys isn't going to change what's underneath.
I can appreciate that kind of honesty.
Good. So when I say I'm impressed with how you handled yourself in Dubai,
God.
you can appreciate that I meant it. With that sandstorm giving us colonics, stripping the juice box out the chopper was an inspired choice. But that mission is over, and your involvement in it ends now. Got it?
Yeah, the writing's terrible for this guy.
How the hell did you get such a sunny disposition anyway, MacReady?
Knowing about me is not going to make us friends, Jensen.
Oh, God.
But I'll humor you.
God.
Fine. I joined regular army straight out of secondary school, made UKSF at 25 and was recruited into the SRR 4 years later.
Special Reconnaissance Regiment. That's an elite unit.
Oh yeah, it was very glamorous. All champagne and blowjobs.
So what happened?
After 12 years hunting terrorist shitbirds across every desert on the face of the earth, I found there was no fucking end to the evil this world churned out. I couldn't see the point in what we were doing anymore. So I quit.
So what brought you back to the life?
I suppose it was purpose. A tool without a job to do can only grow rust. So here I am, back in it, serving my purpose. As a tool yourself, mate, you should understand that, yeah?
I prefer the term Muppet myself. So look, here's a sort of antagonistic work guy, you know, who's gonna give us shit. The sort of Pritchard character again. And instead of the friendship sort of blossoming over time and, you know, us both coming to realise the background of the other person, starting to appreciate who they are, we're just getting all the exposition in our face right now. It's not great writing.
Yeah. But tell me, why do you think the bodies from Dubai were sent to Oman?
Fuck knows. Rumour is that Oman was pissed that we got the green light for the gig in the first place. Can't blame them, really.
You don't think it's strange we got the call over them?
I stopped questioning the logic of the big noise a long time ago. What I'm told is we were the only team ready to go.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
So then you know what I know. That everything?
Guess so.
Yeah, I got it. It was nice talking to you, MacReady.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, this is that's a badly written character. It's an interesting idea for sure. They're just not executed very well. Oh no way. Oh no way. This is our computer, isn't it? Look at this. Aug is here. Someone's written that there, haven't they? Oh, of course they have.
So weird.
Oh god. It's a nice little cop car there. That's a nice touch. Aug is here. Oh god. Also, does Singh have the same voice actor as that guy who runs the
It is Jensen, yes?
the underground augmentation place? They sound kind of similar. So there's Director Miller's place. Here's the NSN. That's where we have to go for what's her name? Alex. Debbie Connolly. Jean Guy, did you or Shang move the NSN server room keycard? I thought we agreed to keep it on the lower level. I don't have the time for this. State police is stonewalling me again and I have to call the minister. Debbie, I think we have the NSN server room keycard, do we not? Why is there a traffic cone here? So this looks like it's going to be a way into the NSN. Yeah. We could find a way to get through that. So that will get us... So we probably can't get in there because of that camera. But we did turn it off and we do have the key card so we can get in. And then here's Director Miller's office. Can we use... Do we have his key card? No, we don't have his key card. Right. So we've got to get to the neural subnet then. And I think we shall do that next time.